Hello, my name's Linda and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and my blog is Stamping by the Beach. And today we're going to be making this card, which is a birthday card, but obviously you can use whatever sentiment you like. I'm using the High Tide stamp set, and if there's anything that you would like to order that you see that you like, then if you go to my blog, my shop is at the top of my blog, and it's 24/7, and I'd be very happy for you to order from me. And so today we're going to be using all the inks, and we're going to make this sea and sky, and obviously we're going to be stamping out the lighthouse as well. So I'm going to start with stamping the lighthouse, and I've got a piece of scrap Whisper White, and I'm using real red and black. So this is the set we're going to be using, the lighthouse stamp set. Get up. And this is a stamp set with two pieces to it. So you do the outline in the black, and then I'm going to use the real red for the stripes on the lighthouse. Now this is quite tricky to get in the correct place, especially when I don't want to put my head in the camera. That could have been better. And then we're going to fussy cut this out, and it doesn't take too long, it's not too tricky to cut out, but I have already cut one out ready, so we don't have to watch me do that, because I've got one ready. And there it is, already cut out, as if by magic. Okay, so now we're going to go onto the background. I'm just going to put this down because it's going to get a bit inky. And I've got Pool Party, Island Indigo, Dapper Denim and Night of Navy. But obviously you can use whatever inks you have available. And I have a piece of Whisper White. And this is a piece of A4 card that I've cut in half, and I've scored it at 10.5 centimetres, and that's my card base. And this is just fits, so it's just a tiny bit smaller to go on the front there. And what I've done, I have actually cut a mask. So I've just got a piece of scrap paper, and it's exactly the same size as my card base there. And I found the centre, and I had a die, a rectangle die, one that I've had for years, and I've sort of die cut it in the middle, and I've made this bit a bit bigger than this end, so I can just fit my sentiment in there. And so we just line it up. Hopefully it's the same size. And then I've got just a piece of washi tape there, just to stick them together. Like that. And then I've just got some washi tape that I'm just going to just stick it down so it doesn't move while I'm inking. And I'm going to start with the Pool Party. And I'm using these little dabbers that you can get these from Stampin' Up. And so we start on the edge, and then just small circles, not hard, don't push hard. Start on the edge and then go onto the paper, and then just keep going in little circles, and it just all blends in nicely, hopefully. If you just go straight onto the paper without starting from the edge, you get like a heavy circle mark. Just going to go all over. Now when you're doing this yourself, take a bit more time, do it more slowly. I'll probably fast forward a bit of this. I don't really feel you need to be watching me do this. and then I'm going to go in with the Dapper Denim next. Again from the edge. I'm just trying to build up a bit of sky, so if you leave some white areas, that could be sort of clouds, and I'm sort of rushing this a little bit, so don't rush it when you're doing it, just take the time to gently blend and don't push too hard. I'm sorry if you can hear snoring, that's my dog. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear it or not. He's having a little snore. We've been out for a walk and now he's tired. Okay, and now I'm going to use the Island Indigo, and I'm going to use this for the sea at the bottom, and so I'm just using a post-it note just to make the horizon. Now it would be better if you did this with a ruler really, so you could just line it up so it's in the right position. And again it's just the same, we're just dabbing, starting on the edge and then small circles inside. There we go. And I want to finish the edge with some of the Night of Navy. Oh dear, this is a new, I only got this one yesterday. And it's a little bit stiff to open, there we go. Now I just want to do the edges just to darken them up a bit, make them more sea-like. And make sure you blend that all in, because if you can, I've made a little circle there, oh, I've not blended it properly. There you go, then you've got your horizon there. Okay, so we'll move the inks out of the way. And we can take this off now. Oh, the big reveal, and there we go. I'll just move this out of the way. Okay. And I think that looks quite effective. I'm hoping it's horizon straight there. I'm just going to get my piercing now. We're going to do a bit of stamping. So I've used the Night of Navy again, and from the High Tide stamp set I'm using the birds and some of the grass. So the birds, I'm going to just be flying, one of them is going to be flying off the rectangle of sky, and then the grass, just put it down the bottom, and again I'm going to have it just off the rectangle. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sentiment in, and I'm going to emboss that in silver. So I've got my embossing buddy, and this is great, just rub that along where you're going to emboss, and that stops the embossing powder sticking to absolutely everything. And I'm using a Happy Birthday sentiment from Iconic Occasions, and this is a Hostess stamp set. So I think you have to spend about £150 to get this one. If you have a party and you have lots of people come, you can easily spend that much money. So just make sure I've got this the right way round. And I'm just going to eyeball it. Put it down there. And I'm going to emboss this. You won't be able to see me embossing, but when you put the embossing powder on, be aware that this ink is still going to be damp. So if you get any powder on there, it's going to stick to it. So either wait for it to dry, or just when you do it, just make sure you don't tip the powder on to the bottom. Okay. So there we go. just get a card base. So just an A4 sheet of Whisper White card, and cut it in half, score it at 10.5, and then you've got your card base. And I haven't stuck my lighthouse on, so let's do the lighthouse next. So the lighthouse, you could mount it. Perhaps we'll mount this one just so we can see the difference. So you could use your dimensionals. Just stick on the back. And the last one, I just used glue, so I stuck it flush to the card. But let's just see what it looks like with the dimensionals. But this stamp set's really good. I've used it loads of times, and I actually live by the sea. So that's why I've got Stampin' by the Beach as my blog. I live very close to the sea. But we don't have a lighthouse though. But I do like to make coastal cards. So try and get this lighthouse straight. And there we go. And then all we've got to do is stick it to the card base, and it's finished. It's not too bad actually. It's quite a speedy card, even with the inking technique. This glue is running out. I love this glue. I do have more, not a problem. Okay, so let's just get this on straight. Obviously you don't have to use a happy birthday sentiment. It could be an anniversary card, it would probably make quite a good card for a man as well. Could even be with sympathy card. And there we go, finished. And I'll compare it with the other card, but I appear to have lost that, bizarrely. So if you see anything that you'd like to order, please, I would love to have you as my customer, and there's my blog there. Thank you very much for your time.